Hey, greetings everybody. This is the Campfire Council and Thunderhand speaking. Let's talk about speaking with a forked tongue and integrity and some good qualities that we should all have. You know, that term speaking with a forked tongue is a Native American term, and it comes from the observance or the notice of the snake's tongue, which is split on the end into two different portions. And so speaking with a forked tongue means saying one thing and doing another, or saying one thing and meaning another, or just outright lying. And I think that, a lot of people, it's unfortunate, I really wanted to talk about this because I think it's important, but it's unfortunate that a lot of people are getting caught up in this mode of like speaking with a forked tongue, lying. And they do it in little ways, like suppose, you call somebody up and they say, oh yeah, I'm going to call you back in about 5 minutes, and like you wait 10, 20, 30 minutes the next day. They still haven't called. That's speaking with a forked tongue. I don't care how you look at it, how oh, I got busy, or oh, this happened, or no. Excuses don't cut it, When you say you're going to do something, you do it. If you get busy, you call the person back, say, I'm busy, just wanted to call you back real quick and say, hey, I'm busy. I'll call you later. Okay, no problem, cool. Or if somebody says, hey, I'm going to show up somewhere and I'll meet you at such and such a place, and then you say, okay, are you confirmed to that? Is this something we're going to do? And yeah, this is something we're going to do. Okay. And then they call you like 2 minutes before you're supposed to be there and say, oh, you know what, something came up, or, well, that's okay as long as it's not an excuse. And then the real problem is when they just don't show up. And people do this all the time, I mean, people basically, they speak with a forked tongue and they don't realize it. I mean, they're so used to seeing it done around them, having it done to them. That's the kind of society we live in. You got to be careful. You have to have integrity and compassion. Integrity is really important, and compassion and being honorable and having reverence and all that stuff. All of that stuff goes together, okay? And speaking with a forked tongue, I mean, even the Bible says God hates a liar. And what do they show in the Garden of Eden? A serpent. And some tribes just loathe uh, the snake, like the Apaches. Don't like the snake at all. Well, I wonder why. So that forked tongue there, that saying one thing meaning another, or saying I'll get back to you and I won't get back to you, or keeping a promise, or and just, integrity and compassion in general for your fellow man, your family members, and your friends. You don't do this to people. Get a little ticked off when that's done to me. And I would expect others would do the same, So it's symptomatic of our society, okay? Because the mainstream media lies to you, the newspapers lie to you, the government lies to you in all kinds of different forms. Every day, all the time. It's just a matter of noticing it, but they're constantly lying to you. But Then when they send you a legal form to fill out or a document or something, it's like, sign this under penalty of perjury. Like, I mean, they lie all the time, but then they send you something and it's like, well, if you perjure yourself, well, they perjure themselves continually. Nations with nations, governments with the people. And so the point I'm trying to make here is that's why people lie. It's just so permeated in our culture. And it's BS, to put it bluntly. It's bullcrap. Think about it. Think about it. Don't get sucked into this mindset, okay, of not caring about others and their feelings. Just because you think that your life is busy, if you say, you're going to get back to somebody, oh, well, my life's, I got busy or this came up or that came up. No. That's an excuse. That's a, we used to say shining you on is a slang term. It's shining you on. And, most people are in denial. They're in denial that they do this. And they're in denial that it hurts people. Okay? They're in denial that, that's not something that you should do. According to any religious tradition. Okay? According to Christian traditions, according to any kind of spiritual tradition. It's just a no-no. And so, like I say, when you see the government, lying to another government, or when you see your friends lying to each other, or one friend cheating on another in relationships, or any of this stuff, it just becomes accepted. You know what I'm saying? If you see it enough, you just figure, well, that's the norm. No big deal. It is a big deal. And when you do it to family, it's even a bigger deal. To me, personally. I mean, we're all family, but in order for mankind to heal and to prosper and to feel empowered and transformed and to feel good about themselves and to have their spirit lifted, okay, that's an important thing right now, and I talked about that in my last video about lifting the spirit solves everything. It makes everybody feel good. And when you lift your spirit, it makes you feel good, and when you lift others, it makes you even feel better, okay? Makes you feel like you've accomplished something, you've done something good, and it makes you feel warm in your heart. At least it should, unless your heart's so covered up with trash from this society that we live in and our surroundings. And again, particularly for the Native American, this is a real sticking point because this has been done to them so many times over the course of history in this country, this land, by those who signed treaties and promised this and promised that, and then went back on it and reneged on it and stole land and killed and maimed and raped and pillaged and looted and did horrible atrocities, and after they promised certain things. The Great White Father in Washington. Now it's the Great Black Father. But the reason I'm saying this is because I talked yesterday about having a positive mental outlook on life and a positive viewpoint and raising your spirits and that type of thing. And it's like, in order to do this, you have to concentrate on the areas that bring people down or keep their spirits down. Or so this is a positive video, because what we're trying to do here is we're trying to eliminate the forces or the things in our life, or remove the obstacles in our life that keep us from treating our fellow man in a compassionate way and in a giving way, giving and receiving love, giving and receiving compassion. How hard is that? Is that real hard? See, this whole thing with the Campfire Council, which I mentioned at the beginning, and I will always mention because that's what these videos are about from now on, although they have little antidotes and little stories and stuff in it. And I intend on including more stories because people like that. Like I did a story about the wolves, which wolf do you feed? And that plays right into what I'm saying here. It's like, do you feed that side of yourself, that non-caring, speaking with a forked tongue, egotistical, self-centered side, or do you play into that side where you're giving and loving and kind and thinking of others? We all fall into it. I mean, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a saint and I've never done this or I've never, but I try with all my might. That's one thing that's just a stickler with me personally, okay, is doing something when you say you're going to do it and showing up when you say you're going to show up. Keeping your promises. What's that? There's an organization, even Promise Keepers or something. People renege all the time on their deals, you know. That's why relationships don't last. I don't care, you know, what kind of relationship it is in a family. Now, see, the Campfire Council, our prospectus or our articles of incorporation include our purpose, okay? And I'm going to read to you right now what that purpose is off of the website. And here's what it is about the Campfire Council, and I'm reading this. The Campfire Council is a legal nonprofit sacred entity. The group's vision was born from the premise of a true bonding and communication of all mankind, while respecting each individual's right for equality, creativity, and self-determination, and to promote balance, reverence, and care for our natural home and environment. Now, the aims and purposes are as follows: be self-supporting, self-sufficient, and self-secure. Learn, disseminate, and practice the sacred ways of indigenous and other peoples. Live life in accordance with the laws of nature in a sacred manner. Here's the big one: contribute to the sustenance. And we talked about sustenance means spiritual sustenance as well. Happiness, well-being, and education of all living beings with reverence and respect. Okay? Reverence, respect, integrity. That's what this organization is all about. Eliminating the negative in our life, and not only just the negative that surrounds us, but the effects from that negative, the effects from these negative situations that surround us. And these effects are lack of reverence, lack of happiness, lack of integrity, lack of really coming from the heart and caring. People, this is really, 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 really important as to how you live your life. Doesn't matter whether you live to be 80, 100, or 15 or 16. However you live your life, you should live it, try to live it in accordance with integrity. Not speaking with a forked tongue. Doing what you say you're going to do. Giving to others. This is really important. Don't get caught up in the lies and the web of confusion and chaotic crap that's laid on us by our constant surroundings. Think about these things that I say, because there's nothing more important than friendship. There's nothing more important than bonding with your fellow man. There's nothing more important than giving and receiving love. And you can't do that when you're lying. You don't feel good about yourself. You don't feel, and even if it's just ignoring somebody, you don't really feel good about it, because it's always in the back of your head plaguing you. Oh man, whether you admit it or not, I should call them. I told them I was going to. Why do people do this? It's just permeated our society. And this is not our society, not the indigenous people. This America, the governments, all that stuff, that's not us. We're nature. We're natural. We're attuned to the ancient of ancients and to Kashila and whatever the great spirit means to you. So I want to mention before I go here, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I want to keep these videos a little bit shorter because I don't want to lose people's attention span. But there's a link below here, and I'm going to put a link up here, campfire-council.com. Go check it out. Join up. We need you. Nonprofit organization in the works, working towards the betterment and the unification of our fellow man and those people that are disenfranchised, like the homeless and the seniors and other people that backs are being turned on and people are speaking to with a forked tongue. So we want to include those people and all people, and also we want to show people the way out of bondage. Okay, and it is a sacred organization. It's a sacred organization, and we're here to help. There's people coming in. There's a mailing list that's being formed. There's plans that are being laid. And you can be a part of it. You can be a part of feeling good by giving to your fellow man. Giving feels good. The warmth of unity. That's our motto. The warmth of unity. It's like standing next to a fire and being warmed on a cold winter night. Keep that image in your head, because that's what we're here for, really. If people don't realize that, then I don't know, but really, I figured it out. There's no other reason that we're here other than to treat each other well and good. So we don't want to be part of the problem. If you're not part of the solution, you're the part of the problem. We want to be part of the solution, right? We want to empower ourselves. We want to connect. We want to enable our true vision of how we feel about doing goodness and how it makes us feel. And that's by giving of yourself through volunteer work, monetarily, gifts of any kind. So join us, go to the website, and like I say, on YouTube, it's down here in the About section. There's several links down there. Oh, and I flashed my books at the beginning there so I wouldn't forget. Those are my books, Emergence and Listen to the Wind, Speak from the Heart, which will be kind of like the textbooks of Campfire Council. Because there's a lot of good info in there, and some of the resources are down below. Spirit of Crazy Horse, Apache Tracker, and a place to sign up for the newsletter here, where you click on it and boom, the form just pops up. Or you can go to the website and hit that donate button, because that helps us. Don't be shy about that. It's all tax deductible if that's important to you. So I guess I'll leave it there for today. I want to say blessings to everybody. Namaste, and may peace be with you, peace be unto you. Don't forget to email me too when you go to the website, because we need resources. We need your volunteer work. We need help in different areas. And I've already called some people on the list about their talents and what they do. We need grant writers and fundraising people that get funds from different various organizations that supply them for nonprofit entities, that type of thing. We want to put some wheels on this organization here and get it rolling down the hill. So anyway, like I said before, peace be unto you, and I'll see you soon. This is Thunder, over and out.